in Oakland, California for today's presentation of the United States Football League, week number 10. The Tampa Bay Bandits against the Oakland Invaders. Tampa Bay, wearing the white, will kick off to Oakland. It is a gorgeous day in the Bay Area. The temperature getting up toward the middle 70s probably before the afternoon is done. And a happy Mother's Day across the country. This is the one day when the players can say hi, Mom, all they want.
I might say a few myself, Keith.
I'm Keith Jackson along with Lynn Swan, and here's the kickoff. The ball game is on, and it's fumbled on the opening reception by Oakland. Bouncing out of there, Poncho James, and he retreats all the way back to his 11-yard line as he tried to find the picket line and get some running room. So let's very quickly now get into the ball game. In the first defensive series at quarterback, it'll be Fred Bassana. He leads the USFL in percentage passing. Setback is Arthur Whittington. Jack Holmes is the blocking fullback with Wyatt Henderson, Gordon Banks, the wide people, and the tight end Raymond Chester. The Oakland Invaders with a record of 4-5. Los Angeles won yesterday, beating Boston 23-20. Oakland needs to win today to retain a share of the lead in the Pacific Division. Lewis Jackson now will open at the I-back position as Bassana goes to throw the ball on the first play of the ball game, and he throws it up the middle near the 20-yard line. The pass is caught by Vince Randall, who had checked in at tight end, and Randall now comes off. So John Ralston sends two tight ends out to open the ball game. Up front, Kurt Yonker, 270. Steve Houston, 255. Jeff Harper, 250. Frazier, 280. And Dale Markham at 285. They are the big guys along the offensive front. It'll be second down, about 1.5 yards for Oakland. The ball is just outside the 20. Arthur Whittington now is in the lineup along with Jack Holmes. Jack Holmes is a solid blocking fullback. He was blocking in front of George Rogers when George made his spectacular debut in the NFL. Today's presentation, Oakland and Tampa Bay, brought to you by Chevrolet, bringing home America's pride, the all-new Corvette. By light beer from Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. By Boros B20, the versatile, easy-to-use small business computer that can grow as your business grows. And by Vitalis Superhold, after you dry and style your hair, use Vitalis for a terrific natural look. It is second down, 1.5 yards for the Oakland Invaders just outside the 20. The ball goes to Whittington. Arthur almost lost the football. Breaks outside, goes for the marker, gets the first down as he reaches the 25. A good run by Arthur Whittington. Defensively for Tampa Bay, it's a 3-4 alignment for them with James Ramey, Fred Nordgren, and Walter Carter, the big guys up front. The four linebackers outside, it's Tony Hayes and Alonzo Johnson with Porowski and Kirchbaum inside. And the defensive secondary lines up with Jeff George, Doug Bedoin, Glenn Edwards, and Leon Williams. Bedoin and Edwards are the veterans back there in the secondary for Tampa Bay. I'm Keith Jackson. Lynn Swan is our analyst. Tim Brandt reporting from the sidelines. First down for the Oakland Invaders. Back goes Bassana to throw the ball again and throws it short to Whittington. Coming out of the backfield, he is knocked down just over the 30. He'll be about 5 yards short of his first down. Porowski, inside linebacker, made the hit.
Arthur Whittington has caught 38 passes coming into this ball game. That would make 39 for him. And he's a good, solid running back played for the Oakland Raiders for a number of years. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of excitement in this play.
The Oakland Alameda Coliseum set up in its baseball configuration. They're playing just about second base right now at the 30-yard line. And once again, Bassana on second down and 5 goes to the pass caught by Raymond Chester. First down for Oakland. The ball is at the 46.
Raymond Chester, he's a man you go to. Most often Fred Bassana will go to in the clutch. He always seems to get open. Watch him come off the line, nothing fancy, low crossing route, crossing underneath another receiver, picking off any kind of coverage that might be hanging on and out of bounds, and the clock will stop again. You know, this game potentially could go about 4 hours at least. Both these teams live by the pass.
Well, between them, they have thrown 648 passes coming into this ball game. First down for Oakland from the 44. Whittington cuts it back over the middle and goes to the 48.
Arthur Whittington just scooting behind, some good blocking, picking his way down the field for a good 4-yard gain. Much of his success in running the ball, again, has been attributed to the passing game of the Oakland Invaders. Fred Basana leading the league in pass percentage, hitting over 60%, 61% of his passes. Sets up the run with the low plays downfield. Now, he's been sacked quite a bit throughout the year because he doesn't really want to put the ball out of bounds. He looks at that receiver downfield. So the last week, they started hitting the backs a little bit more, shorter passes to the wide receiver. So we can look for that to happen more in that passing offense.
2nd down and 6. Tampa Bay was offside. There was encroachment there. One of the Oakland men might have moved as well. The gain is up near the 1st down, but let's check the penalty. I thought Holmes, the fullback, might have started forward.
Looked like Jack Holmes just got the count mixed up and took off a little bit early and paused for a second, so it will probably go against the Oakland Invaders.
The referee today is Dave Kamansky. The umpire is John Bradley, the head linesman Stuart Ross, the line judge Lynn Kesmarick, the back judge Grover Klemmer, and Bill Schmitz is the field judge.
They have a double foul. They have offsides on White. Motion on Oakland. We'll replay the down.
So the penalty is offset. Both of these teams have been hit by injuries, but Steve Spurrier's ball club perhaps hit harder by injuries.
You see right there, you see Wilson going in motion, right? Holmes, going in motion, but that's okay. He can move, but the ball is snapped while he was still moving forward. On defense, it was number 58, Alonzo Johnson, who stepped across the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped. Thus, you have the double foul, and the Oakland Invaders get one more chance.
They put in Lewis Jackson now out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo with Whittington. Both of them pretty good pass receivers. So the blocker is out, the catcher is in. 2nd down and 6 as they replay the down. Basana back. Throws it. Pass is good to Jackson. He had just come into the ball game. Basana looked down the middle, nothing there. He went to the man coming out of the backfield, and it's 1st down for the Oakland Invaders. The ball is at the Tampa Bay 41.
Well, Lewis Jackson out of Cal Poly came into the ball game because he's a better receiver, and he did what he was supposed to do. Went downfield, hooked it up. Good catch right here, still moving, and good tackle by number 45, Mike Godeker. What a name.
Godeker.
Godeker.
1st down for the Invaders. They send Henderson in motion and send it up the middle this time to the 39. Penalty flag flies into the scuffle inside as Jackson picks up a couple of yards to about the 39. And it's against the Invaders, so they make a mistake here. That's their 2nd of the ball game. And it is a day to be remembered. It is so warm and soft. And maybe we're finally going to get our turn in the good weather for the USFL, and it's a big penalty.
Holding. Number 53. Offense. 1st down.
From the 41, the 10-yard penalty brings them back to their own 49.
That was Jeff Harper, the center out of Georgia. And the man he was probably holding was number 68, Fred Nordgren, the nose tackle, the nose guard for Tampa. He's a big one out of Portland State, and he's a man they depend on to apply a lot of pressure in the middle of that offensive line.
Harper is at center for Oakland because of surgery required on the knee of Roger Lavasa. They lost him probably for the season. Here's another penalty call, and I think this one might also go against the Invaders. The pass was complete, and they had a big gain out of it.
Well, it was against the offensive lineman. Offensive lineman jumped up too soon, and when the offensive line goes outside, the play is dead before it ever gets started. So you see, take a look right here. The line right there just jumps off a little bit. Stops him, and the play goes over again. Yeah, everybody's a little antsy here at the start of a football game.
Start. Offense. 1st down.
John Ralston's offensive plan was to come out throwing the ball. Chicago jumps out in front of Washington 7-0. There is reason to suspect, or perhaps speculate is the better word, that Ray York may be let go by the Washington Federals. Now, something obviously needs to be done because the ball club has not been able to get on track. And the kind of feeling you got around Washington this week was that Ray might be excused from the head coaching job. That's merely a presumption. There's the turn upfield by Henderson as Bassana puts it in the air, and the pass is incomplete, and there's a hard, solid hit by number 25, Alvin Bailey.
Alvin Bailey from Alcorn State's a rookie, and he came up and he laid one on Whittington. It was a nice route by Whittington, a good pass by Bassana, but Bailey just came up ahead of steam. As soon as the ball made contact, he came up both arms from the outside, hitting and stripping the ball at the same time, so it popped loose. Good technique hit by Bailey.
It is second down and 25 for the Oakland Invaders, and that's our view. Looking from behind us, the field is about 100 yards away. Surely the most little draw play here to Jackson, and Jackson doesn't get a whole lot out of it. Maybe 4, as Porowski read it, and the big guy from Florida State made the tackle on Jackson. But when they play, the Oakland A's, of course, play in this facility, and during the summertime, they are in the baseball configuration. And that puts us a fur piece away.
Yes, I've played on this field when it's been in every kind of configuration you can name. 9 years I played football, and I'm looking at the field now, and the field looks like it's in pretty good shape. And I always wondered when we played here why it was always wet. It's always soggy. But I guess since Al Davis moved down to Los Angeles, it's a dry field now.
Third down, still about 22. Bassana gets some heat, gets his pass off. The pass is complete down to the Tampa Bay 44. The catch by Whittington coming out of the backfield. But that's going to bring up fourth down and long. And the Oakland Invaders, because of their own mistakes here in this first defensive series, they held the football for a long time, but they're unable to get anything out of it.
Well, when they started this last drive in the last 4 series of downs, they had the ball on the 41-yard line. Had they made any kind of progress, they would have been within field goal range. But because of the penalties, they're pushed back, and now they have to bring on Stan Talley, number 10, the punter, to try and push the Tampa Bay Bandits into poor field position.
Stan is averaging just under 44 yards per kick in his punting. He's the best in the league. They held the ball for 5.5 minutes, and they come away empty. The penalty flag was their biggest enemy, and I think they're going to get another one right here.
I think it's going to be for delay of game. Just too much time making the transition. They were slow coming out in the field. They were slow setting up. They were having some problems trying to figure out who was going to block who in their punt formation.
There's John. He's fussing over it. As you make this many mistakes, and when it looked like
delay, offense, fourth down.
They came out. They had a chance to go on down the field with it, but they didn't do it. Now, Stan Talley 15 times has knocked the ball out of bounds inside the 20. That's about a third of the, in fact it is 1/3 of the time he's able to knock the ball out of bounds inside the 20. There's another penalty flag, and there's a howitzer that carries into the end zone. He really nailed it. But there is another penalty flag. It is also against the Oakland Invaders, so they may be on the process of setting a new league record for penalties in their first possession.
They just very well may be, Keith. I don't think that the Tampa Bay team will allow them to punt it over again. They're very well aware.
We have an illegal procedure against the offense. Penalty refused.
They're very well aware of Stan Talley's ability to put the ball inside the 10, so they'll take the ball from the 20 and try and drive down the field here in their first possession in the first period.
A look across the bay at the city of San Francisco. We're playing football today at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. The Oakland Invaders hosting the Tampa Bay Bandits, and Tampa Bay now will see the football for the first time, first down at their own 20 after Stan Talley's 49-yard punt. Jimmy Jordan is in at quarterback. This is his third start in relief of the injured John Reeves, and Jordan will go to the air. He's got the heat on him, and he is sacked back at the 10-yard line by Dewey McLean. Nobody touched him. So McLean gets a free shot at the Tampa Bay quarterback and decks him for a 10-yard loss.
Well, the Tampa Bay comes out with all guns loaded and fired, an all-out blitz. Nobody even looked at him, right in on Jimmy Jordan. And I think they want to keep the pressure on the young guy and try and rattle him a bit during this game.
So it is second down, just outside the 10. They need about 20. It's a little less than 20 yards. as they shift around with Franks and Platt. The wide people are Trevelyan, Gillespie, and Buggs, and they put it on the ground and take it up the middle with Sam Platt, and Sam gets something out of it. You can see, however, I think on that particular play that there's been some patching done on the field as a big chunk of turf came up when Platt dug his cleats in to get the drive up the middle. When Ricky Williams was hurt, Sam Platt stepped in, and he has done a whale of a job. He has caught 38 passes as well as lead the running attack. There's the offensive alignment for the Tampa Bay Bandits, coached by Steve Spurrier. The ball is at the 16, where it is 3rd down and 14. Oakland lines up very tight. They've got 7 men along the line of scrimmage. Now one drops off to go after Trevelyan, and back goes Jordan on a roll. He gets the pass away under some pressure, and the pass is caught, and the man goes out of bounds up around the 24, and penalty flags are thrown on the sidelines. Carl Franks, the fullback out of Duke, came out of the backfield to make the catch, and Carl Franks is quite a story. He was still going to school at Duke University, got a call from Steve Spurrier, who was the offensive coordinator at Duke last year, came down, worked out, went back, took his test, passed his course, and then came back and joined the team.
Smart move. Good move.
Well, graduating from Duke is not a gimme.
No.
Penalty is against Oakland, and it's a big penalty, so it's probably personal foul. That seems to be the indication.
Pass interference, Keith, I believe will be the call.
Defensive pass interference. Number 41.
That was
automatic first down.
That was Saladin Martin out of San Diego State, who came into the game and on that passing play, and he was just falling all over the receiver, so that's what the flag is for.
So the ball moves out to the 31, the defensive foul, making it an automatic first down. So Jimmy Jordan now has some room to work, and he hands the ball away to Carl Franks, and Franks, the fullback, moves it from the 31 out across the 35 to the 36. It's got 5 yards. So they're popping in the middle pretty well for decent yardage. Along the front for Tampa Bay, they line up with Doug Mackey, 270, Bill Winters, 270, Bob Van Dyne, 250, Bobby Hotkins, 265, and Ed Gantner is in at tackle starting today at 6'3" and 260. On 2nd down and 5, Jordan's pass. Out of the backfield comes Sam Platt, and Platt is across the 45, and they've got him out of bounds at the 49. So here comes Tampa Bay throwing the football, and they're picking up some real estate with a forward pass.
That was Gary Plummer, the inside linebacker, that made the play. You may have noticed that Tampa Bay didn't huddle, and they're not huddling here. It's like very much like a hurry-up offense, and the reason why they're doing that is so that the Oakland Invaders can't get in to a pass prevent defense with the extra defensive backs.
Now he probably checked off since he took that much time, takes a deep drop, throws it short over the middle. The pass is caught, and the gain is going to be about 5 yards, as again it's Franks coming out of the backfield. So Carl Franks, the newest member of the offensive tandem for Tampa Bay, very busy here in the opening moments of this football game. We have 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Keith, he's just calling all his plays right now at the line of scrimmage.
Shows good discipline by Tampa, who haven't made a mistake. It's down the middle, and a fumble, and Oakland has the football. Martin Cox out of Vanderbilt had the catch down at the 25, and the ball got away from him, and Oakland comes up with it.
Keith, he clearly had that ball in his hand. He just ran a nice little curl route. The ball was laid in very nicely, and then just as he turned to go upfield, the ball pops loose. And watch him, no pressure. He's got his man on his outside in the seam. He makes a catch, turns upfield. Now he just loses it. Now he's got gloves on his hands, and they can't really help him in this kind of weather. He should take them off. He can't have a feel for the ball. So because of that, we now have a turnover, and the Oakland Invaders have another.
As you can see, the Chicago Blitz jumping on Washington early, leading by 14-0 in the first quarter. Chicago and Tampa Bay tied for the lead in the Central Division's starting play this weekend. All right, Oakland has the ball back now. First down at their own 23. In their first possession, they had 3 assessed penalties, 1 offset, 1 decline. Total of 5 flags. They're going big for it, and it is incomplete. It was a fly down the sidelines, and Tampa Bay had the ball pretty well defended as Wyatt Henderson just had all the burners on and was going as fast as he could.
He had all the burners on, but number 33, Jeff George out of Illinois State, was right with him stride for stride. Matter of fact, George had a better chance of getting the ball on that particular play.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. The ball just outside the 22 for Oakland. So we're, I think, in for what we expected today, Lynn Swan. Pass, pass, pass.
That's right, and I think the team that can establish any kind of a running game might be the team that wins because they'll be able to control their offensive drives more.
Basana sends Henderson in motion. And Fred drops back. Looks to set a screen, can't do it. Has to go the other way with it because he had some pressure on him as Alonzo Johnson, an outside linebacker out of Florida A&M, had come busting his way in there.
Number 51, Kelly Kirchbaum out of Kentucky, was a man who really broke up that play. There's a screen. They want pressure to come in. They want to draw the defensive line charge. But Kirchbaum went right to the man, right to the halfback who was supposed to get the ball on the screen, so he gave Basana no one to throw the ball to.
Fred is now 5 out of 8 here in the first quarter for 49 yards. Averaging just under 62% efficiency coming into the ball game. That's Henderson in motion. And they go to the ground game with Arthur Whittington getting some blocking around the corner and getting about 6 yards before he is pounded down just short of the 30. So it's going to bring up a 4th down now. And they'll have to go to the punt with Stan Talley coming onto the field. He had a 49-yarder in his first punt.
On that last play, number 67 on the offensive line for the Invaders was lucky he wasn't called for holding. He got out there out the front, reached out, just kind of grabbed his man, but couldn't stop him from making the tackle.
Offensive blocking is just simply a matter of the caught and the uncaught.
That's probably one of the great holders of all time is playing for the Oakland Invaders. Number 87, Raymond Chester.
Well, I remember Jimmy Otto played here for so long with the Raiders and so successfully, brilliant career, and he was as good as anybody ever played this game at center. That's not a particularly good kick by Talley. It takes an Oakland bounce and is covered by Tampa Bay up at the 36. So Talley doesn't get it. He knocks it 34 yards, and here is Tampa Bay with good field position. So Tampa Bay comes up with 3 wide receivers. Carl Franks and Sam Platt, just about all of their running core right now. They lost Ricky Williams for the season with knee surgery. Tampa Bay's got a big piece of news coming up tomorrow, too, as Jordan puts it up. And the Oakland man makes a dive for the ball. Danny Buggs looks it right into his arms, and he makes the catch. And it's a big gain. It's to the Oakland side of the field. They mark him out just inside the 45.
He was just able to get outside the cornerback, and Jimmy Jordan fired one right in the seam, and he caught it and kept in. And again, there's no huddle for the Tampa Bay team. They're just going to line up and run it.
They're double wide to the bottom of the picture. Big rangy receivers, all of them too. Jordan has to go short. The deep people are covered. Sam Platt out of the backfield, good to the 38. That's a pickup of close to 7 yards with Gary Plummer, a rookie out of California, making the stop for Oakland.
They're using those deep people to push everybody back deep. The secondary making them drop back, make the linebackers get off the line of scrimmage, and then hit the backs underneath. Pick away at them.
2nd down and 3. Platt up the middle, 1st down, all the way to the 30. And in at left offensive tackle for Tampa Bay now is Bob Oxendine, a rookie out of Duke University. Doug Mackey, the veteran out of Ohio State, hobbled off the field. So the Duke Blue Devils beginning to show up considerably in the Tampa Bay roster. Greg Boone is not out there today because of a badly sprained ankle. It's 1st down, Tampa Bay at the Oakland 30. And Jordan back to throw. Looks down the middle, goes down the middle. Pass is caught down the middle by Danny Buggs for a 1st down just outside the 10.
Nice little play by Danny Buggs. He had Eric Trevilian, number 84, coming around in a similar pattern just behind him to help create a low pocket, little hole right over the middle. Here Jimmy Jordan just waits for him, and right over the linebacker underneath. He just hog-tied right there.
Call it the 11-yard line, 1st down for Tampa Bay. The Bandits looking to get on the board, and Sam Platt goes to the 5 for about a 6-yard pickup as Mackey comes back into the offensive line at tackle.
Going into today's game, there are only 2 running backs that have more yards than Sam Platt. One, Herschel Walker, who leads the league, and of course, Kelvin Bryant, who's right behind him. Sam Platt is able to run well, again, because of the passing attack. And when they complete the pass downfield, 8, 6, 7 yards downfield, they can then hand the ball off to Platt. He gets his 3.5 average or more, gets the first down, and then they're working from 1st and 10 once again.
Jimmy Jordan now is on a roll. He's 6 out of 6 for 86 yards. So Jimmy gaining confidence, I'm sure. He was a dandy for Bobby Bowden at Florida State. And when John Reeves went down, they had Jordan ready. Stepped in, and he's played very well. They've won one and lost one. They beat Washington with Jordan as a starter. Lost to Philadelphia, but a lot of people have lost to Philadelphia this year.
Everybody.
Except Tampa. Tampa split with them. They go to Platt again. Sam over the left side gets a yard down to the 4. Burt Reynolds, who is one of the owners of the Tampa Bay franchise, is in the ballpark today. We expect that Burt might stop by and howdy with us during the halftime. Ricardo Montalban and Burt there enjoying a respite.
They look like twins in those Tampa Bay jackets.
3rd down, 3 from the 4. That's Danny Buggs running around. Jordan back, penalty flag down, pass complete in the end zone to Willie Gillespie, number 89. And Gillespie out of University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, one of Bill Oliver's players. But the penalty is going to back up Tampa Bay and nullify the touchdown. I don't know, did Willie get a little messed up in his movement up and down the field? I couldn't tell.
No. The officials are on the field now explaining the penalty.
Dave Kaminsky.
Illegal motion. Offense. 3rd down.
So now it is 3rd down, and the ball is back at the 9.
From the 9-yard line.
Well, don't be surprised. Steve Spurr is only going to have his boys throw it.
Trevelyan and Buggs are both big rangy fellows at about 6'4". He stands up quickly, now looks. They've got Trevelyan sealed off in the corner. He does not come back to the ball. They have to throw the ball short to Sam Platt. They get him at the 6, and it'll bring up 4th down. Lewis Gilbert makes the catch, the tight end. Trevelyan went down in the corner. He had 2 people with him. On the other side, Danny Buggs had 2 people.
What they did, Keith, they just ran 2 quick takeoffs. Both guys trying to get outside, get open very quickly, but they were covered. Simple enough. He didn't have an alternate receiver to go to. He began to scramble because he was under pressure, and none of the receivers came back to the ball to give him a target. Gilbert, the tight end, came across, so he dumped it off to him, picked up a few more yards to bring him a little bit closer in field goal range.
Position now in for the field goal try. It's 22 yards. And it is good. Kicks it out of Jimmy Jordan's hole. So Zenon Andrusician, the 12-year pro veteran out of UCLA, gives Tampa Bay the lead with 2:09 to play in the first quarter. Andrusician will kick it off. The deep people are Billy Yancey, number 23, Lewis Jackson, 31, a high hanger, not too deep. It is Jackson at the 3. Gets a hole and blows it out to the 30. Fumbles the football, but Oakland will keep it. Here's Tim Brandt.
Thanks, Keith. I'm with Eric Trevelyan, who was the receiver on that last offensive play by Tampa Bay. They were in a zone defense. Did you see an alley deep?
There was one, but they closed kind of fast on it, so we had to kind of shorten the route up.
What was the penalty that took you out of the touchdown?
It was an offsides, but they weren't really sure who it was on. I think it might have been a motion man. They
okay.
They weren't sure. Clarifying.
Thanks.
Okay.
Keith?
All right, Tim, thanks. 31, let's call it. First down for Oakland. The Invaders came out with the opening possession, moved the ball, but kept making mistakes. A total of 5 flags thrown on them. They opened with Lewis Jackson and Jack Holmes as the setbacks. Vasana back, stands up quickly, loops it downfield, trying to touch the ball to Gordon Banks, and he overthrows him. Pretty good coverage on the play by Warren Hanna.
Good coverage by Hanna, playing underneath them at the corner position. Number 27, Glenn Edwards, a former teammate of mine, was playing safety and coming across in that 2-deep zone. And I know Glenn Edwards. He was only wishing for that pass to be inbounds because he had a beat on Gordon Banks that would send him right back down to Palo Alto.
Yeah, but he's, Glenn's intercepted 2, and as he said, dropped 5.
Yeah, Glenn has what you call stone hands.
Oh, big play for Arthur Whittington as he cracks the 40, goes to the 46, and he had a big hole over the right side, given in by Frank Frazier, Dale Markham.
Very well executed play. Arthur Whittington gets the ball, uses his quickness, and watch his running style. Small guy just stays low to the ground, straight ahead. He sees that hole and doesn't worry about making moves once you see a hole that big. Just uses all his speed to get downfield as quickly as possible.
Holmes stepped in there and took that inside linebacker out of there and really opened the door for him. So, thinking they found a good thing, they stay with a running play as Whittington takes it over the right side, picks up 3 yards where Alonzo Johnson makes the tackle.
In last week's game against Arizona, the Oakland Invaders came out and threw 6 screens in the first period. Now, that tells you that they're getting a lot of pressure coming up front, and they're just trying to relieve some of that pressure on the rush because everyone knows they're going to throw the ball.
Last week was also the first time they had scored in the first period of play since the second week, so they've been a ball club that's been slow to start. They've only scored 57 points in the first half of the whole season. Mistakes, for one thing. They keep it on the ground, go to Holmes with it. Holmes at 210 out of Texas Southern, 6 years of professional experience. And he gets it on the Tampa Bay side of the field to the 48, where they're looking at 3rd down at about 3.5.
3rd and 3 on the 47.
Number 53, Paul Porosky, that pulled them down.
The games played yesterday afternoon and last night. Los Angeles came back late in the game to beat Boston 23-20, and Michigan on a roll now. The Panthers have won 5 in a row.
Oh, Raymond Chester is a man that can do it all. Now watch his play develop. Chester blowing his man off the line of scrimmage to the outside. Look at Arthur just reading his blocks downfield. Another one there, right there, doing the smart thing, diving to avoid the head hunters.
So the first quarter is over, and after 1, Tampa Bay 3, Oakland nothing. The statistics for the first quarter, and of that total yardage for Oakland, 111 yards, Arthur Whittington has picked up 56.
He's done a great job, and they're very close in the stats with Oakland having the lead on rushing, Tampa on passing, but the big difference has been the penalties that Oakland has sustained.
First down, ball is on the Tampa Bay 26. That's Henderson in motion. Basana gives that ball to Whittington again. He gets a big block from his fullback, pulling out of the backfield Holmes, and also some help from Chester again on that side. But the big force on that side right now, Frank Frazier, 280-pound guard out of Miami, and Dale Markham, 285-pound tackle out of North Dakota.
Those are the 2 big guys they depend on, especially Dale Markham. Frank Frazier is just doing a real good job. As we see Denver Gold leading the Philadelphia Stars 3-0. Brian Spillman. We've seen him kick before in the great game he had against Chicago, which gave Denver that upset, gave him a big win in the snow. So they can pull off a victory against Philadelphia. That'll be the upset of the year.
You betcha. Stars threatening to run away and hide with that Atlantic Division. Basana runs around looking for help, gets it over the middle. There's a fumble. The ball is loose. Tampa's got it. Gordon Banks had it knocked loose by Glenn Edwards, and Tampa Bay recovers inside the 10 at the 7.
Well, now they're both even in turnovers. Now watch, here you see Gordon Banks coming in, and watch him break across the middle. And just watch the force Glenn Edwards hits him with. He just kind of relaxes there, waiting for the ball. Just as a contact right there, that right arm pops through and strips him of the ball, and he can't get on it.
So the Invaders lose their opportunity as Tampa Bay recovers the fumble. Another look as the ball is complete to Banks, stripped by Edwards, recovered by Tampa Bay. The Bandits will have the football, first down at the 7, as another Oakland mistake is expensive for the Invaders.
That was number 28, Doug Bedoin, that recovered for Tampa Bay.
And Jimmy Jordan pulls the trigger now for the Bandits, with Platt and Franks in the running back positions. Jordan's going to throw it on the goal line. Throws it to Platt, the 10, to the 14. 7 yards on the play. Here's Tim Brent.
I'm with quarterback Fred Basana. Freddie, turnovers and penalties have been the story. What's causing them?
Well, we've just been a little bit undisciplined so far. We had a drive going the first time, had a couple penalties and goofed it up, and then just lay it on the ground. Tampa's too good a team to do that against. We're going to be in trouble. Got to get some more consistency.
Okay, Keith.
you. Second down 3. They'll go with a ground play. Frank's the fullback. He's a big, strong youngster. 6'1", 220, 22 years of age. And the Blue Devil gives Tampa Bay a first down.
That was a nice hole that was opened up by Doug Mackey and Bill Winters. Just a little slant play off the left tackle, and he had nothing but daylight.
So first down, the ball at the 24. Jordan, deep drop. Pressure on, down he goes. Back on the 11. Alva Lyle, a 2-year veteran out of Boise State.
Well, one thing you can know for certain, or you can plan on against a passing team, is that defensive line is going to be able to lay their ears back and just rush the passer, and you've got to be aware of that at all times. Here, he just gets in on him, makes a great play, and slams him down.
That is the 11th time that Jimmy Jordan has been sacked this season. This is his 3rd successive start in relief of John Reeves, who suffered a broken wrist 3 weeks ago, but he's optimistic about his return. Second down, 22. Fumble. Oakland's got the football, I think. There were 2 Oakland men there. The ball squirted loose from flat.
Well, that was either Monty Bennett who recovered the ball or 71 Clay Rule.
I think Tampa Bay may keep it. Ed Gantner, maybe the man that wrapped that big arm around it.
Well, that was a big play because I thought for sure, it turns out number 91, Monty Bennett's the man I thought was in that pile, that they recovered that ball. But you see Bennett right there, but he just couldn't get a handle on it. Tampa Bay comes up with a big play in their own defense.
And it's now 3rd and 25. Flat. Runs into traffic, and he's down around the 13. So at least Oakland should get the ball back now in good field position, as Tampa Bay on 4th down will have to punt it from inside the 10. Zenon Andrusician does both the place kicking and the punting for Coach Steve Spurrier's Bandits.
You saw a picture there of Steve Spurrier for a moment, and he's put together a very fine passing attack here. I thought for one that Steve Spurrier would be one of those coaches that wouldn't get off to a good start, maybe a little tentative in his organization of this ball club, but I'm impressed with what he's done here.
Well, he came out like a burglar. He rolled it. He's the only team to beat Philadelphia. The snap is high, the pressure is on, the kick is out of there. Not a particularly good kick, but it does take a favorable roll for Tampa Bay, and rolls dead at the Oakland 49. It's a 38-yard punt, and Andrusician was looking at 4 blue shirts when he kicked it out of there. Timeout.
Yes, my mother is at home. Mrs. Swan, happy Mother's Day. I beat everybody to it.
I did mine early this morning.
Oh.
It is first down for the Oakland Invaders at their own 49, just over the 49. If they can just run off a series without mistakes here, they ought to put something on the board. Set up the screen, but it doesn't work. Blew up in their face. Lewis Jackson was the receiver, but Tampa Bay read screen well and spoiled it. A loss on the play back inside the 45.
As the inside linebacker, Kelly Kirchenbaum and Paul Porosky, it's their assignments to watch those screens. As I said before, when Oakland ran 6 screens in the first period of last week's ball game, defensive team has got to be aware of that and has to plan for it. Knowing that they use that to try and take pressure off of them, they still apply the pressure and put one linebacker on each back so they can cover that screen well.
Second down and 16. Masana's pass is away. The ball pops loose. Was it a fumble or an incomplete pass? It's a fumble. So Oakland turns it over again, and this time they turn it over. It is first down for the Oakland Invaders at their own 49, just over the 49. If they can just run off a series without mistakes here, they ought to put something on the board. Set up the screen, but it doesn't work. Blew up in their face. Lewis Jackson was the receiver, But Tampa Bay read screen well and spoiled it. A loss on the play back inside the 45.
As the inside linebacker, Kelly Kirchenbaum and Paul Porosky, it's their assignments to watch those screens. As I said before, when Oakland ran 6 screens in the first period of last week's ball game, defensive team has got to be aware of that and has to plan for it. Knowing that they use that to try and take pressure off of them, they still apply the pressure and put one linebacker on each back so they can cover that screen well.
2nd down and 16. Masana's pass is away. The ball pops loose. Was it a fumble or an incomplete pass? It's a fumble. So Oakland turns it over again, and this time they turn it over on their side of the field, and the Invaders are furious. Dale Markham is just irate because he felt it was an incomplete forward pass.
Well, it's a judgment call. They do have some guidelines to determine this. A receiver has to have possession of the ball and both feet on the ground. So let's see if Wyatt Henderson, he catches the ball, he has both feet, and he is stuck.
That's a fumble.
That is a fumble all the way.
46-yard line. Tampa Bay with an opportunity. Jordan is 8 out of 8. Jimmy back to throw. Sacked for the 2nd time. Big loss on 3rd time. Big loss on the play. Blowing in for his 2nd sack of the day, Alva Lyles, defensive end.
Well, the Bandits are coming up empty-handed every time they seems like dropping back the pass and have an opportunity to make a big play. It's the defense of the Oakland Invaders that comes charging through to throw them for a loss.
Loss from the 46 of Oakland to the 43 of Tampa. Second down, 21. Jordan again, deep drop, again pressure, pass incomplete. Intended for Sam Platt. And Platt is knocked down over here by number 40, Marcus Quinn. And Sam didn't appreciate it a bit because the ball was clearly overthrown and we almost had a little exchange between the two.
Well, Marcus Quinn wanting to intimidate the receivers a little bit, trying to intimidate Bugs and Platt and everybody else that's out there. You give them a good hit, knock the ball loose, make them think about it a little bit as they come out for the next play. There you see the ball clearly gone by. Quinn got a good hold on him and slams him to the turf.
One of the rushers on that pass play was Cedric Hardman. He had some heat on him. From the 43, 3rd down and 21 for Tampa Bay. Sam Platt with the ball. Got around the corner for a moment, but then support from the secondary, and he is stopped well short of midfield, so it'll be 4th down, and Tampa will send Andrew Zishin out to punt.
This Oakland Invaders team is trying to get a little physical out here, Keith. I haven't seen them play. When we saw them play against Boston, I don't recall them trying to intimidate people, being as physical as they've played so far.
Well, it was so cold and wet that day. The weather was the intimidating factor that day in Boston. Andrew Zishin's first punt today under pressure was a 38-yarder. And not much pressure this time, and a better kick. Shoots it for the sidelines, and it's a good one. Oh, look at this. Better get it quick. He tumbles into the end zone. The ball broke the plane of the goal line. They almost had it down on the 1. A 53-yard punt by Andrew Zishin. Now watch Alvin Bailey. All he's got to do is tap that ball back.
He should, but he grabs it and he rolls into the end zone. He breaks the plane, and the coach of the special teams will pull his ear a little bit and yell some information to make sure that never happens again.
So instead of being on the 1, the Invaders have it on the 20. First down. Tampa Bay leading in the ball game 3-0 with 9:21 to go in the first half of play. It's a pitch to Arthur Whittington, running to the outside, and Arthur gets something out of it. About 4 yards before he is thrown out of bounds by Ken Taylor, a rookie out of Georgia Tech.
Jack Holmes almost knocked down 2 people blocking for
Well, he's a
Arthur
good one,
Whittington.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a real good job.
He occupies some territory when he gets up and going.
Arthur helped him set that up a bit. He had a lock on one man, and Arthur dipped inside. One of the other ball players tried to drop inside and make the play, and Jack Holmes was knocking both of them back.
Greg Wilson, who has been playing some at fullback for Tampa Bay, who is not with him today, hurt on the play as Oakland continues to stay on the ground trying for the first down. They may be just short of it. Cedric Hartman right now with Tim Brandt.
Keith, one of the keys in this game has been Oakland has sacked Jimmy Jordan 3 times, and Cedric almost had another one. What are you doing, Cedric?
Well, right now we're just trying to feel our way along. They have a real dynamic passing attack, and it's pretty relevant that we keep a lot of pressure on them. So right now that's what we're trying to do. Alva's gotten 2 sacks, and Dewey had 1.
But you guys aren't doing any games up front. You're not playing any games up front. You're going to do some of that later?
Not just yet. As I say, we're still feeling ourselves along, and we'll probably get into that later on in the second half. And happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, Cedric.
Way to go, Cedric. Jairo Penaranda is in at fullback now for Oakland on 3rd down and about a foot for the first down. Basana keeps it and just sticks his helmet in the stack and should have the first down. He will. It is marked by the line judge, Len Kaczmarek, for a first down near the 31.
Oh, on plays like that, the only important thing is the offensive line surge, and the offensive line comes off the ball knowing the snap. They have a jump on that defensive line and push him back a bit. All Basana has to do is just lay his little body in between some of the big guys.
We're anticipating a major story to be announced tomorrow insofar as a player is concerned by Tampa Bay. We'll tell you about that at halftime. First down, just over the 30 for Oakland. Basana gets some heat, has to run some, gets it off to the sidelines and throws it away. Alonzo Johnson was the man that broke through the blocking and forced Basana to get his feet in motion, and he couldn't connect on the pass.
That was a lot of pressure that time.
Well, you see Chicago jumping all over Washington 21-0 as Tim Spencer has scored his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. In our game here in Oakland, the Oakland offense now 75 yards on the ground and 63 yards through the air. And they're looking at 2nd down and 10, just over their own 30.
They want to establish, I believe, that running attack to take some pressure off of them to keep that pass rush because the screens have not worked effectively for them.
They've got Whittington and Jackson now back. Basana sidearms it. Pass is incomplete. That'll get a flag. That'll get a flag. Kelly Kirchbaum jumped on Arthur Whittington. I thought it'd get a, there were 2 officials looking right at it, but lo and behold, the man way downfield, the line judge, threw the flag.
Well, what happened, one of the officials inside reached for his flag. You watch Arthur Whittington right there. You see there's contact right there that shouldn't be made.
Definitely
it's made.
Interference.
You see him, he's got arm around him, arm around his back. Contact all over the place. One of the officials started to reach for his flag, didn't reach for it, didn't pull it out, and then the judge in the secondary called it correctly.
Defensive pass interference, number 51, first down.
So the big Kentuckian, Kirchbaum, caught with his hand in the cookie jar. That moves the ball just over the 45 for the Invaders. Well, the Invaders have had enough mistakes of their own. I'm sure they'd be happy to see Tampa make a few anyway. 3-0 Tampa Bay leading. Ball's going up and down the field. A lot of offense, but no scoring to speak of. There's the pass incomplete. He had a crossing pattern. Raymond Chester going across. He didn't get it. And another step or so down the field was Wyatt Henderson. He didn't get it.
Well, Raymond tried to just cut underneath Wyatt. A little bit of a pick, but you know, picks are illegal. So when coaches have them in their playbook, they have other names like
one of the great
sprint right and sprint left.
All-time classic pick plays I've ever seen was pulled by Arkansas last year in the SMU game. Oh, it was a dandy, and they got away with it. It was good for a touchdown.
Receivers always do.
Yep, not always. 2nd down. That's Whittington.
Whittington the ball carrier.
And Arthur fumbles the football. Tampa Bay recovers it. The 3rd fumble. Warren Hanna covers the ball, and Oakland turns it over again. Well, he was struggling for the extra yard.
They held him. They held him straight up. He was struggling, trying to drive, trying to get some more yards, and then all of a sudden he was hit. Paul Pirowski right there on the play. Take another look. Some good moves, some good running here by Arthur, and he just struggling downfield. Takes that hit right there. He's still up. They're holding him up. He can't fall down if he wants to. And right there, the ball gets popped loose.
And Tampa Bay takes over 1st down at their own 44 with Jimmy Jordan. Red-headed, freckle-faced youngster from Florida. Hands the football off to Greg Boone, who makes his first appearance in the ball game. Boone is playing with a very, very sore ankle. He also is out of Duke, and he was the leading ground gainer. In fact, was the first man in the USFL to run for 100 yards in a ball game. And he got a big gain out of that play, about 7 yards, maybe close to 8.
Didn't look like he was hampered by too much on that play.
No.
He made a nice little cut to his right, to the outside, put his helmet down, and picked up another yard.
Second down and about 2. Ball at the Oakland 48. 6:45 to play in the first half. Boone looking for some daylight. Cuts it back against the grain and gets the first down at the Oakland 45. George Atiyah made the stop. Atiyah, rookie out of LSU, just came over from the Denver Gold in a player trade. They also signed Fred Williams and Tim Lucas, who were territorial draft picks, Oakland did. A couple of Californians, University of. First down for Tampa Bay. That's Boone again. He's built low, 5'9", 195, and he runs very low. Right now, here is Tim Brandt with Arthur Whittington.
Thanks, Keith. And Arthur is running extremely well today, but the club has 3 turnovers. What's causing them?
Well, I don't know. Last one, they had great pursuit around the ball and stuff. They were hitting pretty well. They going up the ball, trying to hold you up and strip the ball from you. But the main thing now, got to come together is holding to the ball. Then we'll be in this game.
Did you think you were down that last time?
Yeah, I thought I was down, but the whistle didn't blow, so I guess I wasn't down.
Okay, Keith.
At the 42 of Oakland, second down and 8. Boone again. Boone's got another first down inside the 35 to the 34.
Now the Tampa Bay Bandits, not so far in this drive, abandoning their passing attack, giving the ball to Greg Boone, letting him do all the work on the ground behind that offensive line.
By doing so now, they have forced Oakland to make a defensive change. They've got to go back with the big guys up front. They've taken out the nickel defense, so they've got to protect against the running attack.
Now let's see if they pass.
Yep. To the sidelines, to Trevelyan. The pass is complete, and Eric running for the flag and gets just beyond it for 10 yards.
Eric just stuck out that left foot to tap in just beyond the marker. You see the cornerback is about 10 yards off of him, so actually he just runs a route, steps inside. It's a strong safety that's the closest to him, trying to slip out to the outside. So the strategy seems to be working well for Tampa Bay. Run the ball, make them change the defense, then put the ball in the air.
Trevelyan, former quarterback, big guy, 6'4", 205. Danny Buggs, 6'3", 195. Both of them rangy, quick receivers. They're tough. First down. And they go to Boone this time, and Boone is stood up. Ball comes out, but they're going to call it down. Ball came popping out of there as Randy McClanahan, who had recently joined the Oakland Invaders, really stood him up. And the crowd now hooting some because they're not so sure that that wasn't a quick call.
Well, they wanted the same kind of call that went against Arthur Whittington just a few moments ago downfield. And when Randy McClanahan had him, stood him straight up, he was driving him backwards. But Boone was not resisting any of that momentum, that force, and the whistle was blown.
Yeah, the whistle clearly had blown. Play was, in fact, over. The ball is sitting back at the 26. Sam Platt and Carl Franks are the setbacks now. And the crowd hooting on it. Second down and 11. Jordan, a deep drop, no pressure on him. Pass is caught by Platt. Platt's got a first down as he reaches the 14. Rolled out of bounds by Marcus Quinn, a rookie out of LSU.
Sam Platt continuing to do a very good job of catching the short pass and picking up the yards. The wide receivers clearing out the zones for him. It's 4 on the day.
You get those guys out there one-on-one, running backs like Whittington, like Platt. It's tough to handle him, and the linebacker's going to have a heck of a time handling him.
Linebackers has to be quick. He has to know the tendencies of those backs, know where his help is, and try and funnel them into an area where they do have help.
Platt is out now, and Boone is back in. First down, Tampa Bay, Oakland 14. And it's Boone with the ball, gets to about the 8 before he's brought down. So the whoever's calling the Tampa Bay offensive series this time is really doing a good job of it, because they're looks as if they're reading the Oakland defense so very well.
And the strategy has worked very well for them on this drive. And there's Steve Spurrier. He's yelling something to someone out there. Man on the headset next to him. Probably an offensive coach getting the plays down from the press box and relaying them to Steve Spurrier and the players on the field as Tampa Bay calls a timeout for further consultation.
The ball is sitting on the 9-yard line where it is second down. And they need about 6 for their first down, 9 for the touchdown, 3:38 to go, first half. They're almost perfect.
So nice of them to have it for Mother's Day and my homecoming to the Bay Area.
Second down and 7 from the 9. Long 6. Jordan quickly loops it up in the corner. Touchdown. Pass complete to Danny Buggs.
That's the play they wanted to try. They tried to score on down at the other end in the first period of the ball game. The quick takeoff where the receiver gets the defensive back turned around, and he doesn't beat him by much. He just gets him turned around so he can't see the ball. Buggs is watching it all the way in. Last minute, he makes a catch, falls down. Defensive back can't see the ball. He can't make a play.
Buggs stands 6'3", 195. Kenny Daniel, corner defending on the play, stands only 5'10". So the advantage on the play, obviously, to the taller man, and Danny made it work. And Andrusician comes in for the extra point. Jordan holds it. The kick is in the middle. And so at 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first half here in Oakland, the Tampa Bay Bandits lead the Invaders 10-0. Tampa Bay will kick it off. Andrusician scuffling around in the baseball infield as the Bandits go 56 yards in 9 plays, cashing in on the Oakland turnover. And Oakland will send Lewis Jackson and Billy Yancey deep. Jackson 31 and Yancey 23. Oakland mistakes have hurt them. That is Yancey drifting under it at the 11.
The ball on the 11-yard line.
And he's up across the 30 to the 31. Here's the man who scored the Bandits touchdown with Tim Brandt.
And Keith Jackson, you mentioned the mismatch in size, but also it was a man coverage, and I know you love that.
Oh yeah, I love a man coverage, and plus it was, it was a great pass from Jimmy. It was an adjustable ball, and it's man-to-man coverage, and just run a fade on it, and it was right there.
Been going without a huddle quite a bit. Has that hurt you or helped you?
Well, I think it's helped us, but on first down, they've been, they've been getting in on the quarterback, and then that have hurt us, and we came back and we started running the ball on first and second down. So that's, great help to our offense.
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
32-yard line, first down, Oakland Invaders. 10-0 ball game. Tampa Bay the lead. 3:26 to go in the first half. Bassano will put it up. Hit as he throws. The pass slides a little behind the intended receiver, Gordon Banks. And Freddie took a whack that time. Blowing in on him was Mike Gedeker, 45. And the Denver Gold and Philadelphia Stars, late in that first half of play, are even now at 3 as David Trout hit a long one.
They've been trying, I think, an unusually large amount of long field goals in this league. I think with that placement tee, they get a little bit of extra distance out of it, but a 54-yarder by Dave Trout, that's pretty much reaching his limits.
Yeah, I would say so. It's a 1-inch tee that is optional in the USFL. Second down and 10 for Oakland. Better protection this time. Better pass, too. Pass is caught by Wyatt Henderson. First time Henderson's been able to get a hold of the football today, and that was a narrow catch. It was almost slapped out of there, but Wyatt looked it right into his arms.
A little better protection, like you said, better pass, and also great concentration right here. Now he's got somebody right in his face right there, and he hangs on to it, makes a good move, gets upfield, and picks up the first down before going out of bounds.
Ball is marked at the 44. On the first down play, Oakland has been very poor, averaging less than 2 yards per first down play, whereas Tampa Bay has been picking up an average of 6 yards on first down. You get 6 yards or more on first down, you're dictating the tempo of the ball game. You are sitting on the football.
On the next down, you can pretty much do anything you want to.
Bassano, play action, rolls it out, gonna run it, runs for the marker, and gets just beyond it. And that should be a first down at the Tampa Bay 45.
Keith, that's one of those plays where It's either the quarterback or the coach who says every time you fake a certain play, if you bootleg the ball, there's no one there to cover. And you see a little play action. Look, the whole defensive line went to the right, to the left of the screen there. No one out there to stop Basana as he rolls out of bounds, gets out of bounds after picking up the first down.
Whittington has had so much luck on that sweep cut back to the right side that the Tampa Bay defense preconditioned to it. And it's first down, Oakland, on the Bandit 45. There's the play. Whittington's got it. Coming around, getting good blocking from Holmes, and he may have another first down. No, just missed it. Just missed it.
Just missed it, but again, excellent blocking up front by Holmes. The entire offensive line pulling to the outside, getting out in front. Raymond Chester, just watch them. They're all swinging. You got both guards pulling right here in front of them. Right there, they're just laying people out. He stretches it to the outside, downfield, number 82, Wyatt Henderson picking up a block.
Whittington comes out of there now. And they'll probably go to 3 wide receivers on second down and very short. Now they send Jackson in. No, they're going to 3 wide. That's who it is. 3 wide. Might try to go for it right here on second down and short. Good protection. The ball's in the air. Chester's downfield and just overthrown. The tight end running a post pattern, and Raymond had a step on Kelly Kirchbaum, but the ball was just a little too long.
Yeah, the ball is a bit too long. It's a tough pass to catch when it just comes right over the top of your head. You watch Raymond Chester. He's looking for it just right over the top. He might have had a chance had he laid out, dove for the ball, but he didn't. So he didn't catch it. Incomplete pass. Go back, third down.
Raymond's bones have been around a while now. You didn't expect him to go flying out there. Game's not on the line yet. Third down and short. They go to Whittington back in the lineup, and Arthur's got the first down as he rolls across the 30. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. Tampa Bay leading 10-0, and Oakland's got something going here if they don't start making a bunch of mistakes again or turn the ball over.
Well, they've got something going with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in this half, and the game may not be on the line right now, but they do need to put some points in that scoreboard. They're down by 10 points. They don't want to come back at the end of the half being down by that much after having such great opportunities to score. It's demoralizing.
Whittington now 12 carries and 92 yards, so Arthur's having a big day. He's out of there. Ron Mallett, 83, is in, and 3 wide receivers. Basana with time. Looks over the field and gets it off. He's got a man wide open inside the 10. Wyatt Henderson. He sent 3 speedsters deep, and Henderson broke 3. If he hadn't fallen down, he would have scored.
Well, the pass was a little short. The pass didn't get all the way out to him. He had to just kind of sit there and wait. I don't know what happened on this play that he got so wide open. There you see Basana. He's looking right to his right.
2 minutes. Tampa Bay 10, Oakland threatening. The football is sitting on the Tampa Bay 8-yard line, where it is first down for the Oakland Invaders. They've had a ton of mistakes here in the first half. Turned the ball over 3 times. Tampa Bay cashed in one of the turnovers for the touchdown in the ball game. We've got a timeout call for a moment, as looks like some members of the ground crew have gone out on the field. That area around the pitching mound that the stadium is set up for baseball, since this is the home of the Oakland A's, there's been a lot of patching done, obviously, around the pitching mound there, so they're sort of packing it down. The standings in the USFL right now, the Atlantic Division shows Philadelphia in a 3-3 ball game right now with Denver. And Boston losing yesterday in Los Angeles, dropping back to 5-5. Right now it's first and goal for the Oakland Invaders, trying to keep pace with the Los Angeles Express. It's Whittington with the ball, gets a block from Holmes. He's cut down at the line of scrimmage. It's a good defensive play by Paul Porowski, inside linebacker. Porowski read the play very well, stayed at home and got his man. He and Kirchbaum are very, very tough at those inside linebacking positions. Take another look at it. You see Whittington come around. Holmes gets a pretty good block here now to help him out. You see he knocks number 36, Ken Taylor, out of the way, but then Porowski filled the hole. It's second down and goal just outside the 8. Jackson and Whittington in there, both good pass receivers. Basana pulling off the snap, getting some pressure, gets his pass off. It is dropped by Lewis Jackson. He dropped it. He was out there with Kirchbaum. He had the ball on his hands. It was a little bit short. He had to reach down for it, and he couldn't come up with it. So Lewis, agonizing, goes back to the huddle. Another look at it. Basana was dumped on the seat of his britches after the pass was away, but it was a good pass. It was up enough. Lewis Jackson should have caught it. He was open, and he just plain dropped it. And so it is third down and goal from just outside the 8. Over the middle, incomplete. And I think an interception on the deflection. It is intercepted by Tampa Bay. The Bandits come away with a football. That is 4 turnovers, and the man that scooped it off the grass, Jeff George. So Oakland utterly frustrated. The pass was within the grasp of Wyatt Henderson. Look at it from the end zone. Henderson, number 82, coming across. Ball is bouncing off of him. George coming in from the side, makes the interception at the 1-yard line, and that's 4 turnovers for the Oakland Invaders. My goodness. A minute, 11 seconds to play. Coming into this ball game this weekend, Oakland had scored 57 points in the first half, but 109 in the second half. Tampa Bay sets up on the 1. Give the ball to Sam Platt, and Sam just tries to poke it up the middle for a yard or so. Oakland with 3 timeouts remaining. Tampa Bay with 2. Tampa Bay trying to be very careful and wedge it out.
Now, or down in the red area, you got to get up there and get a punch. Now you got to make damage.
He was like in the backfield, coach. He was 3 yards back. I was on the line of scrimmage.
Okay, well you get up there as much as you can, get a punch, and make sure you don't get picked. Okay?
Ball still on the 1-yard line. We second and 10.
The coaching goes on. Looking at another section of the standings in the USFL, the Central Division, the Chicago Blitz and the Tampa Bay Bandits coming into this weekend even at 6-3. Chicago is out to a 21-0 lead over Washington, probably at halftime by now. So Tampa Bay really needs this one. They got off to a roaring start. They've stumbled some of late, lost John Reeves, but Jordan has picked up well for them. Michigan now at 6-4, and the Panthers have run off 5 successive wins, and Birmingham still very much in the hunt at 4-6. You see Los Angeles winning yesterday. Now is at 5-5, and Oakland needs to win today. Denver is in tough against Philadelphia, 3-3 ball game, and the goal need to hang in there, with Arizona losing yesterday to Michigan, dropping back to 4-6. So the Central and Pacific divisions are just as tight as they can be, while Philadelphia has the big edge in the Atlantic division. It'll be second down and 10 from near the 2. Tampa Bay just trying to run it out with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And Jordan goes back and throws over the middle. Complete to Danny Buggs. And Buggs has got a first down out at the 18-yard line. Marcus Quinn brought him down. Danny Buggs hurt on the play. He really took a lick from Quinn. So Steve Spurrier, disdaining the element of ball control here, puts it in the air as Jordan throws it out of his end zone and gets the first down. With only 56 seconds remaining in the first half of play, and you can see Jordan fires it, whistles it right down the middle, and Buggs is still down. Danny has caught 4 for 63 yards now and a touchdown. And they're being very gentle with him. He has not moved since he took that lick from Quinn, and looked like it hit him in the chest stomach area. And if nothing else, I am sure, just absolutely deflated him. The Tampa Bay running core has been severely damaged already. And you can see that he put a helmet right on the numbers, Quinn did. And Bugs went down very, very hard, and he has not moved since. But you got Greg Wilson, who is hurt. You have Richard Holmes, who's been waived. Greg Boone has a very sore ankle, but he's playing today and has played very well. Jordan in the ball game so far is 12 out of 13 for 144 yards and a touchdown. And now Danny Bugs rolls over and getting some wind back into him as the doctor and trainer is out on the field tending to him. And he's up. He took a lick, but he's going off under his own power. Well, you don't think they're hitting in this league? Take a look. It takes some courage for a receiver to go in there in that traffic. Any ball thrown over the middle, you're going to take punishment. Bugs shook it off and runs off the field with Gillespie coming in. Right now, Tampa Bay with a first down out at their own 18 with 56 seconds to play, and the Bandits are sitting on a 10-0 lead. Jordan again's going to throw it, trying to get another quick one. Goes deep downfield for Gillespie, and it is broken up by Saladin Martin. Gillespie had a step on him. Martin running with him at 6'1", 190, slaps it down and saves 6. You see Gillespie's out there. 5'9", 170, a flyer, 21 years of age. And Willie, he's all ready to take that thing in his breadbasket and light out for the goal line, but Martin messed it up. So it's 2nd down and 10. Lynn Swan has gone down on the field. He's got a special feature for you at halftime on the top rookie passing combination in the USFL. They hang their helmets in Arizona. Jordan again, back to throw. Slips and falls, drops the ball on the pitcher's mound. He got into that loose turf and lost his footing and had to cover the ball. George Atiye puts the hand on him to keep him down, and the loss is back inside the 10, and Oakland calls a timeout with 41 seconds to play in the first half. The clock stops in the USFL each time there is a first down made. But Oakland now spending a timeout, thinking they might have a chance to get their hands on the ball now. With 3rd down coming up, the Invaders have one more timeout remaining. We'll have the USFL report, which Lynn Swan will have for you, reporting on other games around, some highlights out of the first half, and possibly Burt Reynolds stopping by, plus a story about a player signing in Tampa that's expected tomorrow. That is going to be quite a newsmaker. There are a lot of potential player signings at hand right now. For one thing, the Dan Fouts circumstance is not locked in San Diego. That blew up. So Fouts is back in conversation with the USFL people. Danny Bugs, we're told now, just had the wind knocked out of him. He took a whack in the middle of the stomach, and he's all pumped up and comes back in the ball game. Also understand that the big tackle out of Northwestern, Chris Hinton, is still a possibility for the Chicago Blitz, though he's in conversation with the NFL team that drafted him as well. It's going to be an interesting 6 months. It's 3rd down and about 20. Jordan pitches it out to Platt. Sam tries to get around the corner. Oakland jumps on him at the 10-yard line. They will call a timeout right here, stopping the clock with 34 seconds and bring up 4th down. So Tampa Bay will have to punt, and Oakland, with no more timeouts remaining now, will have a chance at returning the ball. Zenon and Andrusician 2 punts today, 138 and 1 for 53. We've got a player shaken up over near the sidelines. It's an Oakland man. So there is also timeout for him. They will extend the time needed for him to be removed from the field or for him to walk from the field. Andrusician standing back in the end zone. The temperature around 70 degrees here in Oakland this afternoon. Bright and warm. I think this is the kind of weather we were all anticipating we started talking about spring football starting. The man shaken up on the play is Derek Martin, a cornerback for Oakland. Now Derek is walking off. He's all right. And so with 4th down and 18, Andrusician will punt, standing in his end zone, should hit it about the goal line. Gordon Banks is the deep man upfield for Oakland. He's a wide receiver out of Stanford and Swift. 9 men along the rushing area for Oakland. The kick is out of there by Zenon Andrusician, and it's a beauty. And oh, what a kick. He hit right on the sidelines, bounced upfield. A Tampa Bay bounce, 55-yard punt. And by angling for the sidelines, Andrusician took away Banks' opportunity to return the ball. So the veteran out of UCLA kicked his first one 38 under great pressure, and the last 2 have been boomers, 53 and 55. The ball is marked down at the Oakland 36 with 21 seconds to play in the first half. Well, sort of figures that Bassana will air it out here, so that means the Bandits will have Glenn Edwards back playing center field defensively. Glenn dropping now way back. He's 25 yards deep. Now 30 yards. Bassana gets it off, has to go short. There's nothing deep for him. And the pass is caught by Lewis Jackson, and Jackson gets a first down, going out of bounds, stopping the clock, 13 seconds to play. And the gain is up near the 48 of Oakland. Let's check in with Tim Brandt and find out if Danny Buggs is all right.
He's back in the ball game. You know that, Keith. No problem with the ribs?
No, it was just it was a great hit right in my stomach, and it kind of knocked the wind out of me. And, you know, I couldn't breathe there for a while, but I'm all right now.
Okay, Danny, good to see you back.
Okay, thank you.
It's tough as a leather stirrup. Born in Duluth, Georgia, and went to school in West Virginia. Oakland's offense now all even, 110 running, 110 passing. Only 13 seconds to play in the first half as Bassana drops, has to go short again. The pass is caught by Lewis Jackson. Got to get to the sidelines. 5 seconds left to play as Jackson picks up another first down, and he is now at the 38 of Tampa Bay. So now the question becomes, with 5 seconds to play, are they going to load up Kevin Shea's cannon, let him try for 3? Or will they go ahead and try to put one in the air one more time? The longest field goal by Kevin Shea so far this season, 45 yards. He's going to try one here from 55. Well, Dave Trout hit one to Philadelphia today, 54. Shea's kick is up, and it's wide right. He had enough leg on it, but the ball would not hook back for him and falls away wide right, and the first half is over. Out of Oakland, California this afternoon with Tampa Bay leading Oakland by a score of 10-0, even though Oakland has the edge in the offensive statistics. Tampa Bay has the numbers where it counts, 10-0. Right now, let's join Lynn Swan.
Thank you, Keith. Being down here on the field brings back a wide spectrum of memories. As a child, I came here and saw Joe Namath lead the Jets to victory in the fabled Heidi game. Marveled at the ability and talents of Fred Biletnikoff, George Bland, and Darryl LaMonica. When I was a college player, I thought the Oakland Raiders were going to draft me here to this stadium. They didn't. I played for Pittsburgh, and that first year I came back, and the Steelers won their first AFC Championship game, and I caught the winning touchdown pass. 2 years later, I came back to this field and hit from behind. I suffered a concussion, and that was another story on its own. Special memories created by special combinations of people. And here in the USFL, there was developing a special combination between a quarterback and a receiver. Alan Risher and Jackie Flowers of the Arizona Wranglers, and they added one more touchdown to their credit, and they are the subject of our USFL halftime highlight.
The USFL Report is brought to you by MAI Basic 4 Computers. We are the solution.
Who really makes this combination work? Is it the passer who controls the game, or the receiver who might have to make a spectacular catch?
I think it's the offensive line. That's what it is, the offensive line.
Yeah, I think our offensive line's done a heck of a job, but we've been jacking myself and making a big play for us, you know, and he's done a heck of a job catching the football. Just been getting the ball anywhere around him, and he's been making a snag, and he's scored 10 touchdowns, and we couldn't ask much more from him.
Jackie, when you go out for a pass, is it always in your mind that you can make it a big play, score a touchdown?
Well, it's not necessarily scoring a touchdown. It's completing the play, the design play, and we work hard at it every day, and I try to complete my assignment. Like, the team is a well-organized machine, and if everybody does their job, I think we'll be okay all during the season, and I try to do my part of that 11-man squad.
What's needed to be a great passing duo? Certainly the ability to make the big play, and on this play, Alan Risher, falling down, completes a 98-yard touchdown pass in the final minutes to Jackie Flowers for a victory. Also needed are tremendous intensity, pointed concentration, and above all, strong faith that you can depend on your partner under pressure. How much does Alan trust Jackie with single coverage?
Well, 6 points is the first thing that goes through my mind because, you know, I feel like if we can get Jackie one-on-one with anybody, he's going to get open, and my job will be to get the football to him. And we almost had that circumstance the other night. We had a little one-on-one situation. We had a post route called, and it was a tough play on our part. We had a flag on the play, but you know, we came close, and just coming close and letting the defensive backs know that you know, if they try this again, they might be in trouble. So you know, we got to get their heart beating there a little bit, but it's really worked out well for us. We've done a good job checking at the line of scrimmage.
And Jackie, when you line up, you know you have one-on-one coverage, and he's going to call the play at the line of scrimmage. Do your eyes get big? Is there any signal you can give him to let him know?
No, that's what I want. I want that because that's what it's all about, getting that opportunity. And if you get there and your eyes get big and you get excited, you choke up and you make mistakes. That's what I want. Let my eyes get big once I get in the end zone and I think about it after the game. But I try to stay pretty well relaxed, do what I'm supposed to do, run full speed, make a good cut, and I'm sure the ball will be there. I got a lot of confidence in Richard. He's got a great arm, so if everything works out right, it should be 6.
They communicate well and frequently on the sidelines. They have lots to prove, and time is important. Will they become a passing combination of Fouts to Winslow fame or Unitas to Berry? Who would this young duo of today like to be tomorrow?
Probably Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swan, you know.
No, that's not just because I'm standing here, is it?
No, but you know, it'd be great to think that, you know, maybe one day, you know, later on down the road, maybe that might be a, you know, trademark of ours. I don't know how long I'm going to be here and how long we're going to be playing, but, you know, it'd be great to think about later on down the road.
I got to go with that, too. If I could come back to the ball like you could, that'd be great. But if Richard could throw like Bradshaw, he can run. I can give him that. He's got a great arm. But I think we can take a few tips from you guys.
All of the noise you hear in the background is for our special guest here at halftime, Burt Reynolds, who's up watching his Tampa Bay Bandits have at it. I want to talk to you about the fella that I understand the Bandits are going to sign tomorrow, Gary Anderson, the wide receiver running back out of Arkansas. I know he's a great one.
He does it all, Keith. He catches the ball great coming out of the backfield. And as Swanee was just saying, he's perfect for the way we play football today. He's an all-purpose back. And from what I understand, I don't know where I read this somewhere, that Howard Cosell said he is the best college football player in America. So I don't know what that means.
That's a little lofty, but...
God knows the things he said about this man. We, you know, it can go on forever.
I believed all those things. I want to ask you, why involvement in the football franchise in the first place?
I was too poor to get involved in the other one. Mr. Rooney wasn't going to let me in. And I thought it was a new, exciting idea, man. And I, being a football freak myself, and they have to shove that food under the door during the season, I couldn't get enough of it. I really couldn't get enough of it. And I think that there is a place for it. And the fact that there's guys around, you're not a good example, but there are guys around who are a little too short and not quite fast enough to make it in major college football. You were the ones that weren't supposed to, but did anyway and became a superstar. And there's a place for them to go and play. And there are enough football players to have 2 leagues. I'm convinced of it. I really am convinced of it. When I see Trevelyan play, I know that he could play in the National Football League.
Because we always thought he was a runner, Bert.
Well,
he missed the drop.
Well, he convinced us that when he made some of those catches, but he never made those easy catches. You know, he always made those ones that he could make the front page with.
Only played against short defensive backs.
Well, thanks for coming by. Good to see you.
You too, Keith.
Looks like the Bandits are still in the hunt.
We're still in a hunt. If that guy from Michigan doesn't keep buying ball players every week, we got a good chance.
You're right about that.
Thanks, Bert. Good to
Thanks
see
a lot,
you.
Keith. Thank you, Lord.
Halftime score. Tampa Bay 10, the Oakland Invaders nothing. Teams are back. We're ready to play ball in the second half here at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. A statistical edge at halftime obviously belongs to the Oakland Invaders, as we told you, but that one down there at the bottom, Lynn Swan, that 4 turnovers has really hurt them.
That's the one that's allowed Tampa Bay to be on top in the most important category.